Okay, fine. So, hello everyone, good morning and good evening. So, let's start the session. So, last class we have configured the Prime NG to the Angular application. So, we are going to develop a few examples on Prime NG components with Angular. Okay, so first of all, so one minute. Yeah. So we have discussed this buttons. I just simply pasted, copy pasted this buttons, and we have seen how to display the various buttons on Prime NG. So let's make few other examples. So app component, I don't need anything. Just remove it. Just it is pure empty, and okay, it's completely empty. Now here, I wanted to display a nice navbar. Okay, to discuss what is the concept we are doing. Okay, to indicate. So for that, what I do is, let me go to the Prime NG. Okay, Prime NG. If you go to the components, in this, mm, actually for navbar, I think they don't have something called navbar. They have something else. Prime Flex, Prime icons. Um, one second. Menu. Yeah, they have actually a menu bar. Okay, so in Bootstrap we call nav bar, and in PrimeNG we call as menu bar. Okay, so this is the menu bar. So how you display the menu bar is you have to import a menu bar module, and then you can add the menu item in your component. Okay, and which contains a full of items. Okay, so here, how to add this module is you need to add this module to the app module. So if I go to app module.ts, see we already added button module, and I need to add a menu bar module. So if I just start adding all the components, I need to add the multiple modules uh, in my app module. Along with this, all components also will come here. So unnecessarily this file will grows bigger. So what I do is to maintain all the modules of Prime NG, I create a separate class, and that I import here. Okay, so what my plan is, instead of configuring everything in this here, so what I do is in the app I create a new file. In the app I create a new TypeScript. So that is so Prime ng module list. So Prime ng module list. So export class Prime ng module list. So in this I create one export. Okay, let's say public constant. Okay, public static. uh, you can take module. Okay, let's say Prime ng modules. Prime ng modules is equal to an array. So here I am going to write all the list of modules. Okay, so first of all, we already have a button module. I don't need to add button module here. Let me just cut this off. I'll add here button module. Okay, so we don't have a button module. So like all ng's Prime ng specific modules I'm going to add here. Okay, here. So first let's add a button module. Okay, so like all the list you can add here, comma space, you can add it. And how to configure this with app module is simply you can import what so Prime ng module list. Okay, so you get imported. So here I write Prime ng module list dot Prime ng modules. So but this is the whole array, and this value is also an array, so it will become nested array. So instead I'll do dot dot dot. You can use the spread operator to keep this whole array elements spread across here, just like comma separated here. Okay. So now I have configured a special class called prime ng module list, and that I'll import here. I just add the imports array like dot dot dot. Okay, so all this array elements will be spread. Actually, you can write all the things as a comma separated. Instead, I configure only one in app module, so it is just looks simple now. Every module you want to add, you can add inside here. Okay, so button module we already discussed, so we have added. Now, if I configure the button, so let me check, are we able to get the button or not with this scenario, because this was added earlier here. Now I have added here. So let me check, am I get the button or not? So first of all, I go to button and then I'll come back here. Okay, button. So how I add a button? Simply this copy. I add an app component button. So let's check, am I get the button? Yes, I got the button. It means button component has been successfully loaded. That's fine. Delete, not required. Yeah. So along with this, now I want to add a nav bar. So for nav bar, it's not actually called nav bar here. It's called as menu bar. Menu bar. This is the one. So to add this menu bar, you need to import a module called menu bar module. So where you import is here only. Okay. So you can write here menu bar module. It import from prime ng and it adds here. Automatically, I'm using this array in app module. That's a problem. Class menu bar module is not an Angular module. Oh, it says it's not an Angular module. This is not normal TS file. It's not an Angular module. If you want to make an Angular module, what we do? Then we'll add like this. We'll add like this. Copy at ng module. We'll make it as an Angular module. So at ng module at ng module. So instead of writing over here, can I do one thing? Imports objects, Angular module objects. Let's add imports. Imports will be an array. So let's add somewhere here. Let's go cut it and keep it here. Okay, then I don't need this thing actually. Menu bar module. Menu bar module is not Angular module. It is from Prime ng, right? Mm, okay. One second. Let me cut it. Only up to button. I'll just come back there. Yeah. So if I write a simple class, what was the error here is, if you write a simple class, it's not become an Angular module. So if you add this extra annotation metadata, it will become an Angular module now. Okay. So imports button module. So this we're gonna add here. So not with all this, you can just simply say that module. So prime ng module list you can configure only that this one, and that module already contains button module and all. So if that is done, so let me add a button one more time, because this is better. If it is configured properly, you can just add over here every time. Let's grab the button, go to app component, add a button. So you need to get the, oh, button has not come. It means this has not been configured successfully. Okay, then what we do? Module list I have added, or can I add this somewhere here? Okay, only components can be bootstrapped. Actually, I can write here. Mm, browser module, app routing module. Fine. So my prime ng module list. I can add. Okay, if I add ng list, so it'll be this one, and you can write some import statements over here. But button is not working. It means this been not imported out there. What we can do? Mm, okay, can I do one thing? Um, instead of wait, instead of yeah, I'll make public static uh, prime ng module list is equal to an array. In this, I write button module. Okay, so now this module list I can configure here, right in the import statements. Now happy. This is also happy, but it's list to be added. Okay, so now it is added. So is my button works now? No. So something wrong. I have an array. That array I can configure here. It's supposed to get the array. Can I restart once? I have configured this long back, but uh, something is missing. Yes, correct. It's been configured the button. So it means this is correct only. Okay. So I create a module. Okay, a class name with the ng module. If you add this annotation, so this will become an Angular module. So in that, the list of modules I add with an array, and that array list I have configured here. So all the items which you have made, everything will works over here. Okay, and then here you can add multiple other modules. What are the modules I want? I want menu bar. So now let's go to menu bar. Mm, let's go to the menu bar. Yeah, here this menu bar I want to add. So this is the module, menu bar module. I can just go here. Let's add import menu bar module from prime ng. I can add that here. Menu bar module. Okay, so all the prime ng specific modules you can add over here. Okay, so once it is added, nothing but you're adding here. Okay, fine. And once you add menu bar module, so you can compile, right? Yeah. So now you can use the menu bar. So how to use menu bar is see p menu bar model some items. You can add like this, and items will be like this. This item contains what are the labels and all. If you even wanted to understand properly, you can just click on a source, because for this example, source is here. If I click on the source, see you have a menu bar and you have a ng template and end, start and end. This is menu bar. Okay, now let's go to app component. Let's add p space menu bar. Yeah, menu bar. So in this, I add ng template. These are all tags from Prime ng. Here they are adding some image. This is the image, but I don't need image. I need something called um, some content, and you can also write p template start position. So simple. So if you say start, it will become start position, and if you say end, input type equal to text search box end position. So in between something is there, that is the model items. Those items will be here. Okay, so new item, video item, like that. New item, video items and all. Okay, so we don't need all the setup. We just need a simple navbar. At least I got a navbar. See, I got some sort of box here. So in this, I just write some h3 tag for time being. Let's say prime ng examples. So you get prime ng. No, no. Okay, I say p template will be start position. So okay, I got prime ng examples. This way is fine. Uh, so this is how it will be. There is no colors and all, just normal. This way only you get. If you want colors, you can write customized styles. Okay, background color and all you can make customized, but we get only this empty one. And still I get some space around. I don't need the space. If you don't get this, if you don't want this type of space, you can go to style.css for body. I'll say margin 0. So this will be removing the extra space over here. Yeah, now this will become a navbar. But this h3 has having a full of margin. So can I say, um, 1 minute, I for ng template, right? Or menu bar tag h3 no margin. So you can just say the tag name. I go to style.css here, tag name space h3 margin 0. So okay, this is fine. For menu bar, I want to give some colors. Okay, so p hyphen menu bar. So menu bar, I'll give some background color. Background color, some teal color. You get the background teal color. No, I think it must be written as important. No, how come? P menu bar. That is this one, right? Mm, correct na? P menu bar. Oh, no color. Any error? No. Then it's supposed to come, right? Background color margin. This is working. Then why this is not working? P menu bar. Can I write a class? Uh, Now bar. It's not even applied. How come, man? It's a class, right? So class supposed to add. If this is working, then why this is not working? Something weird. Any error in the console? No error. So something was not configured properly or what? Okay, do one thing. I'll hardcode here. I simply say style background color, something called um, let me select some color, brown. Still, this we have to figure out. Still, inline style also not applying means something wrong. Uh, Prime ng, mm, delete. Actually, it's supposed to work, man. P hyphen menu bar. It's a normal tag, right? What's the big deal? Let me restart. Maybe it's not detect properly. It should work, man. It's a tag, right? Any attributes are there for color? Nothing, right? They never add color or what? Yeah, it's loaded. Still no background color. Mm, P menu bar, no color. How come it will be? Okay, fine. Just ignore. I'll just fix it off. Okay, so don't waste time on this. Yeah, this normal menu bar has come. Okay. So here first let me inspect. You can't leave like that, na. Body, app root, menu bar. Yeah, start. Everything is there for the menu bar. No styles has come. See, it is showing menu bar background color teal important. It is added, man. Ubuntu, everything is there. Then why it was not displayed? Hmm. So inside the tag, they write a division with a class called p menu bar start, p menu bar, p menu bar background color is this. Oh, so can I do one thing? In the place of here, I say dot p menu bar. Then scan. Something weird, right? I made a class. It is a tag, but internally this tag is converted as a class. So dot p menu bar is working like this. Oh, okay. So let's say color white. So we have to inspect and find accordingly. Oh, this is fine now. So I'll just say some padding, some 5 pixels. No, 5 pixel very less, 15 pixels. Okay, at least some sort of nav bar has come. Okay, so it's a class way. The way you have to write is class. Okay, fine. So now let's focus on few other things. Sorry, I waste a lot of time. So let's start um, some events binding examples. So let's create a component. Here I create a components folder, new directory, components. So in this I create new, right click open terminal. Let's create a component. The same example we made right earlier, like good morning, good afternoon, good evening buttons are there. That example will make in PrimeNG now. Okay, so how you do is nggc wish hyphen message, wish message example. Okay, so I got the component wish message, and this wish message I need to add to app component below the navbar. Let's add a wish message. If I add a wish message, I get this. Okay, so here I have to make a design. Design means you need to add a grid system. So grid system is a long story here. I've seen the grid system. If you go to grid, see grid system. So grid system is a part of Prime Flex module. This in the Prime NG, they divide into multiple modules. So Prime Flex module contains grid system, form layout, spacing, text, and all. Okay, so Prime Flex you have to set up. So last class we are not set the Prime Flex. If I click on Prime setup, see the CSS utility library, it help us to create a grid system, flexbox, spacing, padding, margin, everything comes over here. Okay, so it's a separate third party module you need to install to use all these items like flexbox, grid system, form layout, and all. So let's install this. Copy, I go to terminal, so somewhere here, paste it, enter. So PrimeFlex you have to install, and then you need to add that as well to the angular.json. You need to add the primeflex.css once it is created. So let's wait for this. So they have given a separate style sheet for few, because maybe some people uses only buttons concept, some people uses everything. If you want to use everything, then you need to add its own modules, like completely modularize examples. In Bootstrap we'll add all together in a single CSS file, but they have made a separate CSS for each kind of components. Okay, yeah, done. Now you need to add this to the angular.json to reflect. So go to angular.json, angular.json. So here we added the theme and all. Let's add this as well. Double quotes this dot slash, not required, it will work. Just say node modules. Okay, primeflex.css. It's been added. Now let me write some grid system. If you can go to the grid system, I tell you grid system. Yeah, this is grid system. You can make one column, two column, three column, like four column. Same setup like Bootstrap. Okay, but classes are little different. It will be like this: p grid, p call, p call, p call. We just write class call. Now here is p call. So call MD4 like that way. Okay, let's start now. So here inside of HTML, I write one section with some padding. How we add padding is p3. So p is prime, p3. Generally we write p3 in Bootstrap. Now here is pp3. Prime ng p3, padding 3 number. Okay, in that one container there is some class called container, p editor container. Okay, editor container. In that you get a grid system, so division with the class called p grid. In that I need this 8 column layout. So what I do, division with the class called p column 8, p call 8. So 8 column layout. In that I want to take a card. For a card you have a separate things for card. You can see somewhere, you can find the card. Yeah, see card. If you want to add this type of cards, you need to add a card module. Okay, and you can use p card tag. Okay, p card tag. Actually, instead of p card tag, you can use the directly card is there directly. I guess you can add, one second, mm, a division with the class called p card. Yeah, it's there inside division with the class called p card body. Check it out. Yes, you get the card. You get the card. But problem is this card has occupy a complete page. I want only column D8. Maybe this configuration has not picked up. Okay, it is in angular.json. Maybe this got not got refresh. That's why, because we given a call how much 8. So it is not come as 8. It's come as 12. So wait, don't be hurry. I'll explain properly. Let's go restart. Generally, if you do some changes in angular.json, you must have to restart, because this will not get reflected every time. So you have to restart, because first time when we had also we restarted. All right. So we are just initial days of Prime NG, so we have to understand the flow. I can explain just like configuration, but you need to understand how can you implement it you are by yourself. Okay, so this is how you will implement by yourself. You just need to go to the documentation and do it, because everything we can't keep in mind, right? So we can't memorize everything. So we have a proper documentation. So if you know how to follow documentation, not this module, any other module we can implement. Okay, not this uh, framework. You can add any other framework. Okay, so fine. See, now proper 8 column layout. This thing has come card, but this card is no box shadow or something. Can I do one thing? I write p card. Let me give some nice box shadow in my style.css. Too much configuration, no? Uh, style.css. I'll add p card. Let's give some box shadow 0 0, some 3 pixels, and give some color, gray color. So you get some, yeah, at least you get some card. Okay, fine. And inside I need to just make the setup. So first I write some h3, some message, and 3 buttons. So how you add a button? So button, or you can write p button. So p button with uh, styla colora. I think mm, class class name. So p button success. Okay, and they say label. You can write some label. They say good morning. So you get good morning button. Okay, so like this. I need two other. So p button warning, and this is p button danger. This is good morning. This is good afternoon, and this is good evening. You get the design, but all are same buttons. I given a class, right? Warning danger. Maybe this has not been applied. Something else you have to give. Okay, let's move on to buttons and check what is missing. Um, go to buttons. Button. Yeah, severity. I think you have to give something called severity. Go to the source. Severity. Yes. Button with the P button. Ripple label primary class. Oh, this way we have to give. Oh, something wrong we made. It's supposed to be like this. Button P button ripple type button label good morning, and it is P button success. Check it out. Success good morning button. Okay. Yep. Same way. This is good afternoon. This is good evening. And this is now P button warning. This is P button danger. Okay. So like this, you get good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, nice. So now what I do is, yeah, now I have to just change. Now let's apply the data binding over here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's apply data binding. So how you apply data binding is, go here. I create a message. So public message of type string is equal to hello, hello. Okay, and this message I want to add over there. Here I'll add. Let's say expression. Let's say message. So you get hello. So when I click on good morning, I want to change this to good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So normal, a function call. So let's say here uh, on click is equal to click click good morning, or else you do one thing. Simply instead of calling three different functions, I just make only one method. Simply just say public print message. Okay, one method. You can just take the value. You can assign the value directly to the message. This dot message is equal to the value, right? So what are the value you provide that I update to my state? Okay, so what you call is here on click is equal to print a message with a value good morning. So this will update good morning. Now check here, click on good morning. I got good morning. That's fine. And same way I'll copy. So for this button, I'll add good afternoon, and here I'll add good evening. Okay, so check it out. So I just click on good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So it is working. Yeah, so function calls and all just regular JavaScript events binding, but thing is, um, your design is something new, right? So this card design is something new. Okay, that's fine. So we are done with this example, this component. So let's make another one. Close all. Can we start with something called some prod item? You increment the quantity, decrement the quantity, and all. So let's create one more component. So open in terminal. Let's say nggc prod item, product item. Okay, it's been created. Let's add that to app component now. Let me comment this. Let's add app prod item. If I add a prod item, you get this empty. Okay, that's fine. If I go inside of HTML, I just make a section with a class called pp3 one division with a class called p editor container. In that I need to add a grid. So p grid columns. You can just take a single column. So p col single column. I read some h3. Let's say prod product cart. Okay, let's say paragraph. Let's say lorem 30 tab. You get the product cart with some content. Okay. Below that, I just take another section to display the whole table. So section, let's add a. Can I write the same setup? Copy here. Here I have to write a table. So generally, how you display a table is here we have a table component separately. So we have to look for it. So table is there. Yeah, there is some documentation to add a table. Yeah, this is the the fully configured table which contains a lot of options. So to add that, we need to install a separate package. Okay, okay. So you need to add a table, you need to install a separate package, and after that you can use table module to do that. Okay, so let's install a separate package for this table. Copy, go to terminal. Let's go here. Let me stop it, paste it, enter. Okay, it's been installed. So what you do, you need to add a table module. Where to add table module? In our new component list, I'll add here table module. Let's add a table module from PrimeNG table. Okay, so we have configured. We can start using the table. We can start using the table like the speed table, ng template, and header and body and all. Okay, let's make this way. But I have to start the server once. So let's go to terminal npm start. Yeah, it's compiling. I think it's a large module, so it is just making a setup of compilation for all the internal modules of it. See, PrimeNG drop down, calendar, input number, paginator, table. See, table has come. Okay, so these many things are inside of that module. Okay, so it's came back. Now what I do is let's add a table. Where is that? Here in HTML. I'll add p table. Yep. So p table. You need to loop through the items. So generally, if you are using Bootstrap, we use ng4. If you are using Bootstrap, we use ng4. But here is something different where you have to handle. So if you can observe here, p table value cars. So all the cars get looped with this. Okay, but we don't have cars. We need to have a product items loop through. So for product item, you need to have an I. You have to have a interface model. So inside my product item, I create one separate TypeScripts. Let's say I product. Okay, just don't add I products. So what I do is export interface I product. So inside I'll type serial number of type number and name string. Oh, no, this also let's make string. Okay, name image string, price number, quantity number. That's it. This is my product content. So go to my ts file. Let's create a product. Let's say public products of type I product array is equal to a new array. So in this I'll take two products, at least two products. So first product contain the serial number will be some 01AA 02 something, and the image, let me get some image. For example, if I go to Google, I search for some smartwatch images. I grab one watch. Okay, I'll just copy the address. I'll add here. So name is Samsung watch, comma. Price I'll give some 1850 rupees, comma. Quantity I'll give some two. Okay, so one item. Let's make one more item. So copy this, paste it. So this is with the number three. This is some MI watch. This is some 2000. Okay, let's take a round figure, 1500. This is 2000. Image. Let's search for. Okay, you get some MI smartwatch. Come on. Okay, so right click on this, copy image address. I'll add there. Okay, I'll add here. Oh, it's a huge URL. Complete data images come. Okay, let's add some smartwatch. Um, Something this one. Okay, this is also data image. Okay, fine. So two products are there, and these two products I want to display in a tabular format. Okay, so how I display is here in the p table. You say the value products. You have to give like this value products. So all the products is gonna display as per my prime ng configuration. And inside for header ng template, for body also ng template. So for header, let me write ng templates. So let's say ng template with the p template. So where it should be, it's a name called header. Okay, in that a table row with some th. Okay, so how many th? Let's take serial number. Let's add image, name of the item, next price of the item, next quantity of the item. So you just go here, you get the table with all this content. That's fine. And okay, in the card body, I mean table body, that is again ng template. You need to write p template with the body. Yep, here what I do is table row. Okay, so table data. So you need to write something, I tell you. See, observe closely. P table value of cars, multiple cars, array of cars. And in the card body, in the table body, let the car, and that car I'm using. Okay, the same way I have to write. So I say let product. Okay, it's something weird. Expression product dot serial number. If I write like this, now you get both the serial numbers, right? And the same way, another TD, let's write an image tag. SRC will be product, not like this. Just say SRC property binding, product dot image. Let's say width and height. Width is some 50 and height some 50. Okay. Let's say alt nothing. Okay. Check it out. You get the two images. Okay. And name is simple. Just say TD expression. So product dot name, next product dot price with the currency filter of Indian rupees, next TD quantity. So product dot UTY, you get the quantity. So I need one more, the total amount. Total amount. So how are you total amount? Let's make another TH. Let's say total. So total, what I do is TDT expression. So product dot price into product dot UTY, and that too with currency of type Indian rupees. Okay, fine. So 1500, 3000, 2000 to 4000. Okay, this way. Nice. Now, what is my plan is I need to have a plus symbol, minus symbol. So how I get the symbols? Symbols is prime icons. Okay, how to add prime icons? I tell you. Correct. Here I tag with the class pi and pi minus circle. You get the circular icon minus symbol, and this is pi plus circle. So you get the plus icon, minus icon. Okay, nice. So now when I click on the plus symbol, I want to increase the quantity of this particular product. And I say this one, I need to increase particular this product. So how I increase this particular product? I click on the button is this ID you have to update. So what I do is particular product content. So I say click events. So click increase quantity. You need to provide. You need to provide product dot serial number. You provide serial number because I need to have a uh, what I need to access to the ID particularly. The particular object only I want to increase. So public this one. So here you get the serial number and how you update the state. So this is an array. Okay, so what I do is, yeah, this dot products is equal to this dot products dot map function. Each product, how I manage is, if the product dot serial number is equal to, I can take this is as product id. So age is equal to my product id. If it is match, that particular product's quantity I have to increase. So return an object where dot 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 keep hold of all the properties, keep hold of all the properties, only quantity I want to increase. So just say qty I want to increase to uh, product dot qty plus 1, the particular products. If it is not match, simply just say return the product as it is. Okay, so this is the logic. And let me check now. If I click on plus symbol of this only, see, this is not getting increment, only this is getting increment. We have seen this, right? Yeah, so let's make it for this guy increments. Okay, how many times you click, that's those many times you get increase. Okay, minus symbol, same story. Yeah, I just copy this, create. So click on decrease quantity product id. So here you have to do is -1. It should not go beyond I mean less than 1. So let's say greater than 0, then products dot qty -1, otherwise just 1. Okay, let me call this. When I go to the html, I apply the click event, I'll just paste this of what, products dot serial number. Okay, so this is gonna update this way. So now check it out. Okay, so when I just click on the plus symbol, it is gonna increase. Okay, and if you click on the minus symbol, it's gonna decrease. That's fine. So this is the product cart example using PrimeNG. Okay, so we discussed two examples, and we almost we understand how to configure PrimeNG, right? So if you want to do complete configuration of PrimeNG, you need to install multiple modules. So what modules you have to install altogether is like this. I'll tell you. So one is PrimeFlex, and this also Angular CDK, Angular animation. These many. I'll tell you. These many modules you have to install. Okay, Angular animations you have to install. Angular CDK you have to install. Compiler and all will come. PrimeFlex, PrimeNG, Prime icons. Yeah. So these modules you need to install to work with the complete PrimeNG setup. Okay, and dev dependency is not there. Just these things. Okay, Angular animations to be CDK PrimeFlex for a grid system, padding, margin, spaces, and all. Icons is this one. PrimeNG, the core PrimeNG is this one. So you have to get install of all this. Command will be simple: npm install. Just give the names all together. Copy this and this one. So they have not given a proper documentation. So individual they have given. So you have to go through the documentation and understand what you have to do. So PrimeNG is this one. So this is the command to install the things all together. Okay, I'll give you this in a like part of notes. Um, src, or here only I'll create a new directory called notes. So in this I create a file notes.txt. I'll paste it. Okay, and then in angular.json you need to write some configuration, right? In angular.json configuration will be, if I go to my angular.json, you understand this thing. Copy, go to the notes and paste it. This is the configuration you have to write for. Okay, in angular.json you have to write this one: icons, blue theme, any theme you can select, PrimeNG and PrimeFlex. Okay, and more important thing is our ng module list.ts file. Okay, instead of configuring everything in Angular module, you can write in this. So we use these three, and you can just follow the official documentation to do some multiple examples. And don't worry, very soon this complete dedicated course on Prime NG is gonna launch on my YouTube channel. So this is enough for Prime NG, and tomorrow we're gonna understand another module. I mean another module of Angular, that is uh, Angular Material. So if I go to Google, I show you what is that. No, Google is down. Okay, so one more is Angular Material. This is Angular Material. This Angular Material actually specifically given by Angular itself. So Prime Bootstrap given by Twitter company and a few third party people, right? Prime NG given by Prime Faces. Just like that, this is given by Angular itself. Angular have their own UI library. That is this one. Material design the components for Angular. So we have not discussed this earlier because you must know Angular first to understand this Angular material, because it's purely depend on Angular. So if you go to components, it's not that huge list of this. We don't compare with PrimeNG and Angular material, because PrimeNG contains more amount of modules and more amount of components when compared to this. They're still in developing of a few new components. See, we have autocomplete badges, share icons, okay, like buttons, toggle cards, checkboxes, chips, date pickers, divider, like these many grid list icons, menus, like these many things are there. Only very few it is. Okay, and you can see the left side components over here: cards, chips, date pickers. Yeah, these things. Okay, their own table. Yeah, this is how table will be. Okay, and you wanna see that? Just click on API. This is the one. So mat table module. They have their own module to write the table. So here we have table module. Here we have mat table. Material designer, just they use mat. Here they use p hyphen column, p hyphen something. Here mat hyphen will be there. Okay. So if you want examples, so click on examples. Yeah, see table, mat table. You get this mat table. Okay, to click on this you get the source code of it. So table with mat table data source. So generally here what we given here, we given as value products. If you're using bootstrap, we given ng for here value of products, and here we have data source which contains a source of content. Okay, so a full of data like table with header bar, a lot of things. So we have to understand each and every thing. Okay, don't worry, I'll try to cover this also with some few examples to make you understand how to configure Angular material to Angular. So let's start this setup in tomorrow's class. Okay, so and after that we'll do a few examples on the Ionic framework to do some after this module. One more module will be there, that is Ionic. Not module, as I promise, I want to tell you a simple mobile application. Okay, so with Ionic framework. So that is the last end of the class. Okay, so maybe last 2 days maximum, just 2 days maximum. I think fifth is the last working day for this batch. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for joining today's class, and let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.